All right, here we go, guys. We are in the Florida Keys. Specifically, right now, we are in Isla Mirada, and we are doing our second ever picking boats by the side of the road video down here in Florida. You know, I talked about this in my first video. I'm not going to belabor the point in this video, but it's very amazing to me that Florida, undoubtedly the boating capital of the United States, but we don't see a lot of used boats for sale on the side of the road. And I talked about it in my first video. Again, I'm not going to belabor the point, but boat and motor theft, electronics theft, a real big problem here in Florida, at least parts of Florida, including South Florida, maybe a little north of here. I don't know how prevalent it is in the Keys, certainly in the Miami area. You hear about these big boats getting stolen all the time. So I think you see a lot less boats for sale by the side of the road. But we were driving down here for a different reason, and I did see quite a few. Had the camera gear with me and thought, why not? We're going to hit some of these boats on our way back up north towards Boca Raton. So let's see what we have in store. And I passed this boat to the right after this Publix on my way out. Let's see if I can park here somewhere on the right, and we can jump across and see it. It's an old Aquasport with a second station, but looks incredibly clean, Let's put the blinkers on, see what we got. I thought Long Island was a little treacherous to cross the streets, but this a little worse. So here we go. Nice looking boat. It's a 94 Aquasport 245 Explorer, 2003 Zouk 2-stroke with trailer, 7,000 as is, text only. There's the number. Includes the trailer, $7,000. Trailer needs some work. At least the tires do. The trailer itself looks, at least the bones of it, looks sound. It's kind of an interesting trailer. I don't know if I've ever seen a trailer like this. Gulf Coast boats in Mobile, Alabama, originally, at least this trailer looks like it came from there. You can see it has bunks. It also has rollers. There you go, Explorer 245, second station. Looks pretty clean. Here's a look at the inside. There's somebody coming out of the shop or house here. Yeah, so I think we're all familiar with 4-stroke Zouks. You don't see many 2-strokes. Obviously, they haven't manufactured them in over 20 years. So no indication as is if this runs or not. Transom looks like it could use a little help. But I know these old Aquasports have quite the following. This one does have the second station. This is a boat you could probably rebuild. Obviously, we said the transom might need a little work. But you would have great bones here. Todd seats on a really cool fishing platform. Little cuddy cabin in there. Plenty of fishing room. I mean, a ton of fishing room in here. I'm a huge fan of these walk-around style boats. Not conducive to chartering like I do, but you can see here, great walkway to get to the front. You can probably fish somebody in the front. Easily fish 3 people on each side here in the back. There's like I said, the second station, 4 rod holders up there, a couple of rod holders on each side. You can certainly add more rod holders to this boat. I like this one a lot. $7,000. Curious what you all think about that price. Clearly the ad says as is and needs work, but a really cool boat. All right, let's see what we have next. All right, we have a Robalo here. Remember passing this one. Right side of the street this time. Won't have to risk life or limb to get to the other side. Let's see how many details we have on this one. All right, it's a 2017 Robalo R200, 39 grand, 34 hours, so barely used. There's the number if anyone's interested. Presume the trailer comes with it, dual axle trailer. Looks like it was bought at Bob Hughes Boats. The thing I love about Robalos is for their size, they feel bigger because they're deep. And I think it's hard to tell on the GoPro, but this feels and looks like a substantial boat, especially for a 20-footer. You can see it has a nice flare here too. That's the umbrella-like effect. Deflects some of the spray, makes the boat drier. It's not the end-all be-all to a dry boat, but it certainly doesn't hurt. And this will have the typical forward seating layout. Most of these combo family fishing boats have that. Let's see if we can step on the gunnel here. Not on the gunnel. If we can step on the trailer for a second, get a better shot of the inside. Yeah, there we go. So I don't know how long it's been sitting out here for sale, but clearly will need a little bit of cleanup. Nothing that a little elbow grease won't get rid of. You'll see it has a Garmin 7-inch screen there. Little glove box there, second glove box there, footrest there, basic helm seat here, Coleman cooler under that helm seat, has the flip-up seats here. You can use this as a casting deck, so a nice little hybrid layout if you do want to get in shallow and fish. There's that forward seating we talked about, canvas top, looks like more rod holders across the top. Couple rod holders in each gunnel, a couple cup holders here too. So yeah, very basic layout. Not a lot of hours on this boat, 30, whatever it was, 34, 37 hours for, 2017. This boat is now, excuse me, this boat is now 8 years old. Not a lot of hours on. You see the Lenco trim tabs there. You have the hidden boarding ladder there, nice little latch there. You can step on this and not worry about tripping over the ladder. But a really cool looking boat. When I saw the price, I thought this was going to be a steal. You know what? My bad. 314 hours, not 34 hours. Apologies. 39 grand. So almost 40K. With a trailer. Again, this will clean up really nice. I am curious what these cost new. I want to say probably in the high 50s, low 60s. My guess, don't quote me. So there is a discount there. All right, let's see what we have next. And hey, before we cut back to the video, I did find one not far from where I was. I was actually right near Key Largo at the point of finding this boat. Brand new, same boat, $72,600. So yeah, you're getting about 40% off by buying this slightly used one. Hey, we're at 7-Eleven. We made a quick pit stop for the bathroom and coffee. And looks like there's a boat for sale right there. Nice little CC center console. Looks newer than the other boats. Interesting, it's hooked up to this Volkswagen, and in my eyes, it's so that nobody steals it. And I said I wasn't gonna beat on a dead horse, so I'm not. So it's a Wellcraft with a 150 Opti on it. Cool little boat. What is it, about 18 feet? Oh, and it's not actually connected to this. This is just blocking anyone from hooking it up. $9,000. There's the number. Two numbers. Let's see if we can get an indication of how big this is. Like if I were a betting man, I'd say 17 or 18 feet, but I love this layout. Look at this. Really open layout, sea deck type material in the front. I'm going on record as saying this is my favorite out of all of them. Single axle trailer. Let's see if we can get a year. That 9,000. Oh, perma-trim's on here. Interesting. Little boarding ladder. Looks like this was somehow, the transom might have been redone. You guys let me know what that looks like to you. There's the scupper line right there. Let's see if we can. It looks like it was painted. Boy, it is so hard to tell. I'm gonna just go in close. Oftentimes, I'm 53. Oftentimes, if I zoom in on the HIN tag when I'm home editing, I can clearly see the year because the last two numbers of the year. I think I'm going to be able to make it out. We'll see. I'll put a little blurb either way. Hey, just jumping in because I could not make out the year, but based on some research I did online, I think this is a Wellcraft 180. I did find a Hull Truth thread on this with a 150 Optimax, maybe the same boat. But yeah, that's my guess. Wellcraft 180, back to the video. There's your bilge axis there on this. This is, I believe, is this a light? No. That is a rod holder, another rod holder there. Swing back seat. I'm guessing your battery's going to be in one of these compartments, and your oil tank for the Opti, this is a two-stroke, is going to be on that side. Swing back seat, like we said, there's going to be storage under that. There's a little more storage under the console there. A second storage compartment right above that. There is some kind of electronics or plug-in for electronics there. Not sure if the electronics come with the boat. Anchor locker up there. More storage right there where that Barracuda cartoon is. A little bit of forward seating here. That looks like some kind of solar charger. Maybe the batteries get charged by that. I like this one a lot. I'm going to go on record as saying already this is my favorite out of the boats we saw. Forgot to mention a bimini top here, so it will give you some shade from that Florida sun when you're out fishing, or if you really need more fishing room, you just put that down and deal with the sun. But I like this a lot. There's this sort of splattered material here that acts as non-skid. I'm going to guess this is an older boat that somebody just redid. You can see that there is a little bit of a scrape there. I'm guessing this was originally at one point bottom painted, and somebody tried to take the bottom paint off. Let's see how smooth it is. Yeah, it's not gel coat smooth. Certainly it's smoother than bottom paint, or this might even be a white bottom paint. I don't know. It was registered in Florida through this year, through November of 25. So yeah, $9,000. I like this one. I don't know how many more we're going to see on the way home. So this is either going to be the last boat, or if we see another one on the way home, we'll stop and look at it. If we don't see another one, I'll offer my thoughts on the drive home. All right, we're pulling out of a boatyard here. I did not get any video because these are new boats, Blazer Bays and Boston Whaler. Not the spirit of this series. There's a boat for sale right there, but it's behind a fence. So there were quite a few used boats for sale, technically by the side of the road, but unfortunately belonging to boatyards and or fenced in, so we're not going to even attempt to figure that out. So I think I gave it away with the last boat that we looked at, but that would be my choice. Yeah, that Wellcraft, I'll hopefully be able to decipher the HIN number in the back of the boat and determine the year. Not desirable power, that 150 Optimax. It didn't have a sterling reputation for reliability. A lot of people refer to them as Opti bombs, but at that price, it's probably doable, meaning if you needed to repower down the road, you could. Of course, with all these boats, contingent on everything checking out. I really like that Aquasport 245 Explorer, that walk-around model with that old Suzuki on it, but it might have needed a little too much work for me. The price was great though, $7,000 I think that one was. if you are somebody who's mechanically handy or looking to take on a project, maybe you have a spare motor lying around, would certainly be worth it. We're going to pass right now a Tritoon or a pontoon boat, whatever you call them, for sale. I saw this one on the way here. We're not going to stop and look at it. Actually, they're moving it. Fortuitous timing that I didn't stop and look at it on the way here. And then there was that 20-foot Robalo. That's probably the most ready to go out of all the boats. You can literally, give that boat a good scrubbing, reliable Yamaha power, decent trailer on it, and it's gonna work. 314 hours, which I foolishly thought was 34 hours when we first looked at it. But yeah, I would likely, if everything checked out, I would likely go with that Wellcraft if it were my money and if I were in the market. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And by the way, my favorite part, I think, of coming to Florida is when I do drive in the Keys. I didn't go as far south and west as I normally go. Like I'll typically visit Rick once a season. He's down by Key West and Summerlin Key. He did not bring his metal shark this year, so to me that's the pretty part of this drive, is when you're on the 7 Mile Bridge and when you go past Isla Mirada and you have those long stretches of waterway with overseas highway going through them. It's just breathtakingly spectacular. Every fisherman should experience that drive once. Let me know in the comments which of these 3 boats you would pick and why. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, if you like these videos, hit that like button. If you're not already a subscriber and you like content like this, please consider subscribing. And if you're not already a member of the channel, please consider joining. Lots of perks associated with that, including early access to videos.